Hello, good morning. I hope you're having a beautiful morning wherever you are, like we are having here in Birmingham. It's a beautiful spring morning. I just would like to build up a little bit on where I stopped last week. For those of you who watched my video on International Women's Day, which was on Wednesday last week, I talked about the theme for the year, which was be bold for change. And because of a few technical hitches, I couldn't go on. So I thought I did say then that I would build on it, So here I am, building up on that. But particularly, I would like us to focus on how we can lead the change that we want. Let's just see if there's anyone there who is joining us. Okay, I'll keep talking just because of time factor, and I'm sure people can join if they can later on. So I'd like to talk about how we can lead the change that we want. And mind you, change can be in any aspect of our lives, really. It could be personal, it could be financial, it could be career. But I might just tend towards looking more at change in our career life, for instance, and so before I go any further, I just would like us to understand what change means. I know we all know it, but I would just like to throw it out there. So what is change? So change is to make or to become different, or make better, to bring about a difference in a state. So a change from one state to another, a change in one circumstance, to get to another one. So just to make or become different, that is change. So with that out of the way, why do we need change in our lives? Change is good, even if it's not the most embraced thing that people like to do, but it is good. Why do we need change? For a number of reasons. We have at different times embraced change or desired change in different aspects of our lives. And I think one of those reasons is because we've seen the need to have a competitive edge, be it as a business person, be it in your workplace. You want to have an advantage over something, over somebody, and so you embrace change, or you aspire for change in your life, in your situation. Another reason is because you need more out of what you're doing. You want something new, or it could be that you're frustrated. Frustration can lead you to begin to think about the fact that you want change. You're frustrated with the way things are not going well for you, you're not fulfilled, you're not happy in your workplace, for instance, and you just know that you want to change, you want things to be different. You want things to be different for you, so you embrace the change. You aspire for change. You embrace it as a matter of fact. So these are some reasons why, we need change. And just moving on, a question I always like to ask myself and ask anyone whom I'm speaking to is, what do you think can stop you from embracing that change that you want? All right, I want to become a teacher, but what can stop us? What around us, what within us could be the factors that will keep us from embracing the change? Obviously, fear of the unknown. You're more comfortable with your current situation. You know it. There's the saying that the devil is better. You don't know where you're going, so you're afraid. Oh gosh, am I going to make the right decision? Am I going to step out in the right direction? Will this have a backlash on me? Will I regret it? So you have that fear, and understandably so. Another could be the lack of confidence. You don't have that self-confidence, self-belief in yourself that you can become that person you want to become, or you can achieve that thing you want to achieve, or that you aspire to achieve. It could be just a lack or a poor level of knowledge. You don't know so much about that change you want that you're aspiring to. You don't know so much about that place you want to get, that position you want to get, that qualification you want to get, that profession you want to become, you want to get into. You don't know so much. So these could be some limiting and potential factors that can stop you from first identifying your change or embracing and pursuing it. But you know what the truth is? Because we know that change brings about the aforementioned things, such as it gives you a competitive edge, it makes room for growth, opportunities for you, it makes you more fulfilled. We need to do something about the fear that we have. It's natural for humans to be afraid. In fact, I doubt if there is anyone who's succeeded in life that has not encountered an element of fear in his or her ventures, or in the things they've set out to change so that they can get to the level they've always aspired. Fear has to happen. But if you think about what you hope to achieve, let that be something you look at, and that inspires you, that motivates you to want to embrace change, because fear will always happen. Fear always will set in. We are humans. But we can't continue to be held back by fear. We can't continue to be at a loss of the benefits we stand to gain because we are afraid. So there's no other way I can say this other than encouraging you to step out. And I think that's what it really takes. One step. We can't even have a full picture of what we stand to gain. Well, we have an idea, you want to become a teacher, that's it. But just one step at a time. For instance, as a teacher, what's the one step? Get your grades. If you're a secondary school student, get your good grades. Aim to do as best as you can in your subjects. That's one step. Don't bog your head with so much. Yes, get an idea of what it entails to become a teacher. But the reason I'm saying one step is because when you begin to try to do so much at a time, the fear sets in, kicks in. You're overwhelmed and you're like, oh gosh, I can't do this. No, I can't. But just take one step, and with every step, it becomes clearer if yes, you're walking in the right direction. With every step, you gain an equal amount of confidence to drive you even further to embrace that change that you so desire. So that's what that's my word of encouragement for you. Sometimes it might even require you to speak to people who are already walking in the same shoes as you. So if you know a teacher, talk to her, talk to him. Let him tell you what it entails. That might abate your fear to a certain amount of degree, and give you that impetus that you need to forge ahead. You could even job shadow. Just go and just job shadow a teacher for 1 hour, for a whole day, depends on the arrangement. All of these are ways you can overcome the fear that you have. Read stories about people who have succeeded, how they succeeded, what they did. We just can't afford to waste time. We just can't afford to remain in the same place. People will even talk down to you. They will call you names. I have been there. They will call you names. They will tell you so many things to belittle you, to make you lose the little confidence that you had in yourself. But we can't allow that to keep us down. Yes, it will make you sad, but let it be for a moment. Please, let it be for a moment. So forge on. Just dust anything that anybody tells you which is negative, and look at the picture. And that nicely brings me to what I would like to talk about, which is, after you've identified the change you want, you have to paint your picture. By picture, I mean you have to paint a vision of what you want, of the change you so desire. What's your vision? And by painting a picture, yes, I mean have a mental picture of it, of your vision. But if you can, make it real, make it physical. Put out a sheet of paper out there and paint your vision. Paint your vision, put it there. I also call it rich picture. Some people might call it vision boards, but it's one and same. Just all there is to this is you desire to be something, you desire to be somebody. Put it out there. Concretize it by putting the goals, the individual goals that you hope to achieve each step of the way before you actually get there. So it could be, all right, get my 6 A's in my GCSEs, for instance. It could be job shadow. And then if you know inspirational quotes that can help you, put it out there on the sheet, on this your board. Put it out there. Stories of people, pictures. Make your vision board, make your rich picture as rich and as ambitious as you can. Because you see, it is what you will look up to every time and say, oh yes, okay, yes, that's it. That's what I want. So let it reflect your feeling, and not just your feeling for the now, let it reflect the feeling that you aspire in future years. So if you want to be a teacher, you want to be happy, you want to see yourself with students, teaching them and them learning and appreciating what you're teaching them, put something there to reflect that. You could put a picture of a teacher among children, all happy, hands pointing upwards, asking, in their bid to ask you questions. Put so much put as much as you can on your vision board. Put so much there: inspirational quotes, pictures, images, feelings. You can express feelings, on paper, on paper, maybe by use of pictures. Just do all you can to make your picture rich, to make your vision board rich. And the rule about painting your own vision is there is no rule. It's yours to do. It's yours to play with. You can't even have it done in one go. You can't have it complete in one go. As a matter of fact, it's something you work on every day. Some people can paint their vision for a whole year. And then when they achieve all there is in that vision, they start a new one. So you see, it's a work in progress. And I like to liken this to an artist who is painting on his easel. If you watch them, the time is theirs. Everything they are doing is theirs. They're not limited by anything. If the paint something and they clean it off or they scrunch the paper, put another one out there. That's exactly how it is. You're at liberty to paint your own vision. It's yours anyway. Paint your vision. Make it rich. Let it depict your feelings. Let it depict your aspirations, your goals for the future. I like the story I read about a dean of engineering, a dean of the engineering faculty in some university. He had a vision for what his faculty would look like in the next 20 or so years. And he did his vision board. He painted his vision. He enriched it. It was the main vision was to have an online learning system for his students. And the way he painted it, you would think that it was happening at the time. But this was his vision for the future. For the future. And of course, with such pragmatic steps he took, he achieved it. Maybe not all of it, but he achieved it. Painting your own vision, it's so beneficial. I cannot begin to list out the benefits of it. One is it makes you clear on where you're going. Number two is it makes you focus and channel your resources, because as we go on in life, we can be distracted by so many things: peer pressure, changing economies, different things. But when you have a vision which is clear, which is robust, which reflects your desire for yourself, for the change you want, and you always go back to it, you wake up in the morning. In fact, some people say put it in your bedroom so that when you wake up in the morning, you see it. And as you begin to visualize it, it becomes a part of you by some weird or maybe miraculous reason or whatever. The more you see your vision, the more it becomes you. The more you take steps towards actualizing that vision. And that's so important. It's not just painting a vision for yourself. It's actually acting on it, taking steps. Yes, you have it there, and so what? It will remain there if you do not, leave it out. So your next thing after painting your picture is to take steps towards making that vision a reality. Find out about what you can do, what you should do to make that vision turn to a reality. Because it's yours. It's yours to play with. It's yours to work on. It's yours to bring to life. It's yours to bring to life. So I'm just going to conclude by just, reminding you of how you can lead your change. One is to accept that change has to come from you. The change you seek has to come from you. Identify what that change is. Accept that, all right, this is the change that you want. Paint a vision of that change you want. Paint a vision of that lifestyle, of that life, of that desire that you want for yourself. And then act on it. Act on it. Right. So I'll leave you with this quote by one of my favorite persons in the world, Barack Obama. He says, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Thank you for watching.